Hello everyone and welcome to Zenatta's YouTube channel. I'm Drew Brockbank, and as many of you know, Zoho is very difficult to learn. So do yourself a big favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll jump right in. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm in Zoho 1, and today's lesson will be on how to do a Zoho campaign sync perfectly. There are so many pitfalls to avoid, and I'm going to walk you through how to do this the right way so that you don't do the wrong way and fall into one of these pitfalls in the life when you're inside of Zoho Campaigns wondering where all of your data is. So let's go over it. First thing you're going to want to do is move over to Campaigns. Guys, if you're not seeing this sidebar, you're probably not in Zoho 1, or maybe you have CRM Plus or something. So this demo is, I'm making this demo assuming that you're in Zoho 1. Make sure you're in Zoho 1. If you do campaigns.zoho.com, you can jump in. But the only problem with that is you might end up spinning up a new instance of campaign. So just go to 1.zoho.com, go to the sidebar, and go to from there. I'm going to start from the home page for the dashboard. And the first thing we're going to do here is set up a sync. So go to contacts and then go to sync services. Now you can see I've set up a couple of syncs already here, but let's go to new sync. Again, kind of just slow down here. If you look here, Zoho CRM, I'm going to go to new sync, and you can see there's immediate and periodic. You're going to want to do immediate, right? But no, immediate sync doesn't work, guys. I've done this on many clients, never seen it work. It's inconsistent. Things don't push over the way that you think they do. And if you don't believe me, just go type it in YouTube, immediate sync, Zoho campaigns not working. See a bunch of people who have complained about it. So click on periodic sync. It actually works. Pitfall to avoid, do not select immediate sync. Go to contacts, start there. Most likely you're just going to do leads and contacts. Maybe you have other custom modules like referrals that you want to bring over, but most of the time for my clients and with the work that we do, we just bring over leads and contacts. Think about it this way. There's two kinds of ways to group email contacts within Zoho Campaigns. There is mailing lists and there's segments. You can think of mailing lists like modules. So leads, contacts, those would be two different mailing lists. That's typically how we set it up. And then you can have campaigns, or you can have segments. And segments, if you're familiar with the CRM, are very similar to custom views. The only difference being segments are not mailing list specific, whereas custom views are module specific. So a slight difference there. If none of that makes sense, that's totally fine. I'm going to explain it, and it's going to make more sense as we build it out. So sync name. This is all CRM contacts. And we are going to select all contacts. We're not going to do a custom view here. We're going to sync to all CRM contacts. And we are going to retrieve this daily, the minimum goal you can do, or periodic sync. And the sync time, you can only do one sync, or only have one sync initiated for a certain period of time. So I'm just gonna do it right before people get in the office. Select your time zone, retrieve all data. All right, so really important thing to understand here for segments. Use segment based off criteria. So most likely you're not gonna be making segments based on last name, email. So whatever criteria you want to make segments for in the future, make sure to map those fields over. You can see these are all the fields from the module that you selected, which is contacts. Make sure you bring it over. Most likely lead source / contact source is going to be one of those things you want to make segments for in the future. So there's already a field for that. I'm going to find it for you. It's called contact source. No need to create a new one, and we'll just add. Now see that that is a part of the sync. Yes, we all wish there was a button at the top that just said bring over all fields. There's not. So make sure that you do this individually, and know that you can do this after you set up the sync. You can go back into the sync and add a couple more fields. So that's really it. You can also fetch account fields, because there's a lookup field to the account within the CRM record, so that you can fetch fields from there as well, and then you can select that, which is nice. But from here, you're going to go to initiate, and it's going to take a couple minutes to bring all the contacts over. So while we wait, I'm going to show you the additional pitfalls, and you're going to be surprised at what these are. I've only learned this because I do this 100 times a day, but it's very strange. So what you're gonna want to do is go to Manage Lists. You're gonna see all CRM contacts, which we just created, right? We're gonna go to Setup, and I was just on a call with Zoho. When I learned this, I was on a call with Zoho, and I was like, there's a problem. Every time we set up this sync and someone enters the new mailing list, they never end up in the drip campaigns that we run, or the workflow sequences, whatever you'd like to call them. And they're like, oh, you need to go into the mailing list and you need to disable sign-up forms. What do you mean? It's a matter of double opt-in, right? So if you're not familiar with double opt-in, if you go fill out a form, that's opt-in 1, right? There's like agree to terms and conditions, or I consent to being marketed to, whatever they put there, right? And you check the box. That's consent 1. Or that's opt-in 1. Then opt-in 2 is you getting an email saying you've been entered in this mailing list. Did you mean to enter this mailing list? And then you click subscribe. You don't have to do double opt-in here. GDPR is a little different, so I'm not going to speak to GDPR. But if you're in the States, marketing in the States, other places, you don't have to do that. And it's really annoying because then they don't enter the drip. And oftentimes that email enters spam or the promotions folder, so it never actually makes their inbox. So to avoid that, can't tell you why this is what Zoho did, but it's what they've done. Go to sign up forms and disable sign up form. Sign up form, disable. I want to make sure that is the case for that mailing list that you've made the integration for. And yes, you'll have to do that for every mailing list you don't want that double opt-in for. And then another thing you can do is if you're not seeing the opt-in, which I'm not seeing it on this page as well, you can call Zoho and you can get that figured out with them as well. Another quick tip, make sure that you get your domain authenticated. You can see that this is a demo. You want to get your SPF and DKIM records inside of your DNS. If that sounds super strange to you and you have no idea what I'm talking about, just go to Setup and share it with your IT team. It will give them all the instructions that they need so that they can enter those records into your DNS and get you sorted out. What is this going to do? Essentially, it's going to improve the delivery rate of your emails. So with all of that being said, that will help you to avoid all of the main issues that I see when my clients are setting up their campaign sync. And guys, that is it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you next time.